All right, good morning, you guys. Thank you for waking up with us on this Thursday. I'm Sonia Azad here at Victory Park alongside Tashara Parker. We've got Mark, who is off today. Kara is working from home, and Greg is with us in the Weather Center. We're going to get a check of traffic in less than 10 minutes locally. But this morning, we are tracking Hurricane Laura, that storm making landfall around 1 o'clock this morning. We want to start with meteorologist Greg Fields, who's been tracking the storm. Greg, a powerful Category 4 as she came on shore.
Yeah, very, very strong storm, devastating storm. We've been talking about the potential for that storm surge. The sun's beginning to come up now, so we'll start to assess the damage as the storm now works its way through Louisiana here this morning. It has been downgraded, but still a dangerous storm, still Category 2, 105-mile-per-hour winds from the 6 a.m. updates. We've been getting hourly updates with the storm here this morning and making a steady progress to the north at around 15 miles per hour. So it's going to continue on that motion through the morning with the heaviest rain, the strongest winds kind of tightly packed around the center of that circulation, it looks like, as we go through the morning. So you can see where it is right now as we look at the satellite radar composite moving up over Fort Polk there, right around the center of that eye right now, and it will continue to work its way north as we just mentioned. The outer bands, that's where we're going to have that tornado threat there a little farther east with some of those strong outer bands there today. And on the backside of that, we'll have some gusty winds and some scattered showers and thunderstorms in our eastern counties. Now, as we look at the wind gusts right now, as of right now, DeRidder, Louisiana, 60 miles per hour, but look at Alexandria to the right in front of the center of that circulation. You're talking about a 74-mile-per-hour wind gust there. So that's what they're going to be dealing with closest to the center of that circulation, and it will continue to work its way north as we go through the day. So we'll have more on Laura's path and its impacts here across North Texas coming up in just a bit. But we do have Chris Sadeghi, who's been on the ground. You're in Beaumont here this morning, Chris. What can you tell us?
Well, Greg, here in Beaumont, we experienced mostly just the outer bands of Hurricane Laura. We did have some wind, we did have some rain, and we did lose power like more than 400,000 others. But now the first sight of daylight starting to come up, the sky getting blue behind me, and that should reveal the extent of the damage. We want to show you video from Orange, Texas overnight. And this is what it looks like during a Category 4 hurricane. The rain making it hard to see more than a few feet in front of you. Orange is about 30 miles to the east of where we are here in Beaumont. It is right on the Texas-Louisiana state line. If you go another 30 miles or so, you get to Lake Charles. That's where we saw some of the most extreme images like this. Video taken from a storm chaser vehicle. And through the rain, you can tell the damage is pretty extensive. Lots of debris, winds tearing things apart, heavy damage to buildings. So we will hold our breath and see what daylight brings, as well as just how far in that storm surge made it. It was estimated up to 30 miles inland yesterday. If that is the case, then a lot of that dry land yesterday will be underwater today. Kara, back to you.
All right, Chris, so I know you've been down there for a few days now, but overnight, what did it look and sound like from your perspective where you were in Beaumont?
Well, we were staying at the hotel. Fortunately, we did not take the brunt of it, like I said, but probably I'd say around midnight is when we first started seeing the wind and the rain. And fortunately, it was not anything that was totally extreme. In fact, it felt a lot like we would see like a really severe thunderstorm in North Texas, kind of like that, wind, rain, but nothing out of control. Now, I say that is where we were. I'm not going to speak for the rest of the area. Like we saw in Orange, Lake Charles, they were dealing with a much stronger situation. And once the sun does come up, we are planning on getting out and seeing just how bad things are. So stay tuned to WFAA and WFAA.com for those updates.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Yeah, follow him on Twitter, too. He's been tweeting out photos and video. You can follow him throughout the day as he gets a better look and a closer look once the sun comes up. Thanks, Chris. So as we know, Hurricane Laura has been devastating and will continue to be along the Texas-Louisiana coast. There are ways that you can help people in need. And I know that the Red Cross always does a really good job. They're looking for volunteers right now who are willing to actually go down to the Gulf Coast. You can also donate to the Red Cross. If you can't give of your time, you can text the word Laura Marco to 90999. It will send an automatic $10 donation. That cash really allows them to get the supplies they need to people. The Salvation Army is also looking for donations as well. You can send yours by visiting the Salvation Army's website. There on the front page, they made it easy for you. So we're going to continue to track Hurricane Laura, of course, throughout the show and beyond that. But you can stay up to date as well with all the latest developments on your phone. All you have to do is text the word hurricane to 214-977-6028, that number on your screen. You'll get a link to the latest updates that we're continuing to monitor all throughout the day. Again, 214-977-6028 is that number, Sonia.